here is sunset and the sink. Sunset was walking up to a house on a cold autumn day. The house was as white as a cloud and had rainbow-colored shingles on the roof.
I don't even want to know where she got those.
She said to herself. She then got out her cell phone and called Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash.
Hello?
Rainbow said over the phone.
Hey, Rainbow.
Said Sunset.
I'm at your house. I was just wondering if I should just walk in yet.
Actually, it should be locked.
A Rainbow told her.
Don't worry, there should be a key under the welcome mat.
Okay.
Sunset lifted the mat to find the key she was looking for.
Also, thanks again for letting me have Thanksgiving with your family.
No problem.
Said Rainbow.
Thank you for saying you would thaw the turkey out. Wait, do you even know how to do that?
That's another reason why I called you.
Sunset responded as she opened the door.
Seeing how I originally lived in a world where this holiday doesn't exist, I was hoping you could tell me how it's done.
Of course you would.
A Rainbow said with a hint of annoyance.
Okay, first you should open the fridge. Inside you should see the turkey still in the plastic. Take it out and put it on the counter for now.
Doing what she was told, Sunset found the turkey, took it out of the fridge, and set it on the counter.
Is that it?
No. You then need to fill the sink with cold water and put the turkey in.
One problem with that.
Said Sunset.
One side of the sink is full of pans and the other is filled with, from what I can assume, dirty dishes.
Well, then put the pans away, genius.
Said Rainbow.
I don't know where they go.
Sunset responded.
Then just put them with the dirty dishes.
Rainbow told her.
I'll just wash them again later.
Sunset did what she was told and put the pans on the other side of the sink.
Now, you do know how to plug a drain, or do you need me to walk you through step by step?
A Rainbow asked with sarcasm. Rolling her eyes, Sunset picked up a drain plug. However, it was a drain plug that had holes in it. She was skeptical that would work, but then she remembered using the same thing in home ec class. If it could fill a sink with hot soapy water so she could wash dishes, then surely it could fill a sink with cold water to thaw a turkey, right? So Sunset put the plug in the drain, started the cold water, and set the turkey in the sink.
Okay, the turkey is in the sink and the cold water is running.
Sunset said over the phone.
Now what?
Nothing, you're done.
Rainbow told her.
Just leave it in the sink and it should be thawed by the time I get home with my mom. She'll take over from there. Also, try to be quiet while you're there, would you? My dad worked late last night and he's trying to get a few minutes of sleep in.
Okay.
Said Sunset.
Bye.
See you when I get home.
Said Rainbow Dash as she hung up. Sunset was waiting until the water got to the top of the sink. When it finally did, she turned off the water and started the turkey, feeling a sense of accomplishment. However, she couldn't help but notice something.
Is the water going down?
She thought, looking very closely. Sunset saw that it looked like the water in the sink really was going down, but you could barely tell. To make sure, Sunset lifted the turkey out of the sink. As she did, all the water went down the drain.
Of course.
She said out loud. Sunset set the turkey back down the sink and thought for a minute, thinking that the holes in the plug might be too big. She thought that all she needed to do was cover them somehow. Then she remembered that she saw a rubber gasket over the garage disposal on the other side of the sink with all the pans on it.
Just great.
She thought.
However, I gotta fill the sink somehow. Maybe the gasket might help with that.
So, in one hand, she held on to the cold and wet turkey. With the other hand, she lifted the pans and put them back on the other side. That's when she remembered the dirty dishes. Thankfully, it was just a few cereal bowls, so she just put them on the counter for now. Sunset didn't put the turkey in the sink, and she was about to fill it with water. She realized that she forgot something very, very important. She forgot to plug the other side of the sink. After slapping herself on the forehead, Sunset lifted the pans up so she could get the plug out. After retrieving the plug, Sunset put it back down to the new drain and started the water again. After it got to the top of the sink, she stopped the water. Once again, it looked like the water was going down.
No, it's all just in your head, Sunset.
She thought. Sunset then turned towards the fridge to grab a soda. When she turned back, she saw the sink was half empty.
Are you kidding me?
She yelled, putting down her soda. Sunset then lifted the turkey, and all the water went down the drain. She then took out the plug and examined closely.
Okay.
She said out loud.
Looks like I'm going to need something else.
She then grabbed a small part of a paper towel and covered the plug with it.
That should work.
She said with confidence. However, it didn't work. All the water still went down the drain.
Okay, I'll use something else.
Sunset said with anger. Looking around, she found a small pot holder. Running out of ideas, she picked up the rag and put it on the turkey and put both on top of the drain and the plug still in it. She thought it would actually work this time. It didn't. Once again, the water was still going down.
What am I doing wrong?
She yelled. Sunset was really getting angry now. She then started filling the water up again. This time, she was going to start waiting 1 minute and fill the water up again. After each minute, that plan lasted for about 2 minutes.
This is really annoying.
She said to herself.
Seriously, what am I doing wrong?
Out of pure anger, Sunset punched the turkey while it was still in the sink, sending cold water everywhere. It was on the counter, it was on the floor, and it was even on her clothes. Not only that, but the fierce punch somehow caused one of the pans to lose balance and fall out of its side of the sink. Sunset was now very angry. She was very angry, and she was very wet.
Okay, admittedly, that was stupid of me.
She said out loud as she picked the pan up and slammed on the counter. Sunset then went up to the bathroom, grabbed a towel, and put it on the wet floor. She then grabbed a lot of paper towels and started to dry up the counter. As her clothes, she was going to have to wait for them to dry on their own. Going back to her mission, Sunset tried other ways to keep the water in the sink, each time ending in failure, and each time making her more and more annoyed. Eventually, she heard a voice.
Who's making all that noise?
It yelled. That's when Sunset remembered what Rainbow Dash had told her.
Also, try to be quiet while you're there, would you?
She said.
My dad worked late last night and he's trying to get a few minutes of sleep in.
Feeling like a bigger idiot than she already was, Sunset realized how much noise she had been making.
It's me, Rainbow's friend, Sunset Shimmer. Wait, well, what are you doing?
Rainbow's dad asked as he walked in the kitchen.
Your daughter said I can have Thanksgiving with your family if I thaw out the turkey.
Sunset explained as anger bubbled up again.
So that's why I'm trying to make sure that the stupid water stays in the stupid thing, so that the stupid dead bird would get thawed out.
Silence passed as Sunset was at the turkey with water once again and went down the drain. She felt defeated.
Well, why didn't you use a bin or something?
Rainbow Dad's asked.
Come again?
Sunset asked. Rainbow's dad left the kitchen minutes past when Sunset had heard both the opening and closing of a door. When the father came back, he held in his hands a small black plastic bin.
If the sink was so hard to fill, then why didn't you try to find something like this?
he asked.
Just fill it with water and put the turkey in. It's that easy.
Sunset was speechless. A minute passed when anger bubbled up again.
Are you kidding me?
She yelled. Hours passed when Rainbow Dash and her mother finally came home.
We're back.
The mom yelled, holding up a bag of groceries.
What did we miss?
Rambo asked as the two of them walked into the kitchen. They were both surprised, however, to see a towel on the floor, a pan that was on the counter next to a bunch of cereal bowls, and that Sunset Simmer was wet as she was sitting next to the kitchen table drinking soda.
You missed 30 minutes of what might possibly be the worst experience of my life.
Sunset answered as she took a sip out of her soda.
What happened here?
Rainbow's mom asked. Sunset explained what she went through in her efforts to thaw out a turkey. Rainbow's mom had a face that said, "The poor thing." Rainbow Dash herself was laughing her butt off.
I can't believe that happened.
She said in between laughs as she turned to her mother. Rainbow saw she was getting her mom's usual death glare.
I mean, are you okay?
Rainbow asked in a change of attitude.
I will be on one condition.
Sunset said after taking another sip from her soda.
Anything, honey.
Said Rainbow's mom.
You deserve it.
Sunset took one last sip as she made the final decision.
I get the biggest piece of the turkey.
She said, author's note, in case you're wondering, Rainbow's parents equals my parents. Rainbow Dash equals my sister. Sunset Shimmer equals yours truly. I used Sunset for this because I felt she had an excuse to not knowing how to thaw a turkey. I also made tiny adjustments to what actually happened in order to make the story seem more possible. Seeing how Rainbow's parents don't have an official personality in the show yet, I thought that I might as well make them up as I go. I also didn't describe what they look like because I didn't want people going, that's not what they look like. Anyways, from an idiot who didn't know how to fill a sink with water, happy Thanksgiving.